You know, after the Elite Series is over, a lot of people think, well, you're off, you're in your off season. You're sleeping until 9 o'clock and all that kind of stuff. And that's not the fact for me. Like, I'm usually every day up and doing something. I think that's what I like so much about deer hunting. Still getting up early. I have a schedule throughout the day. I get up. There's a few different things that I do up here on the land. From mowing food plots to getting deer stands ready. I mean, just clearing trails, and it's just something. I think the reason of that is, when I was younger, my dad did all that. He's the one that climbed up there and fixed the stands and did all that. And now he's older. He's not able to do that. And that's me. I'm kind of the one that takes care of the place, and I take a lot of pride in that. I think as a kid, where the fire just took off was watching my dad and his buddies and uncles and stuff go hunting. And I was at home, and they come home, they brought deer sometimes, but it's just the fact that they were going. And what the cool thing was, not only was it my dad, my mom went, my sisters went, and it was kind of a family thing. I can remember, back to high school and college, I mean, my mom got up and made breakfast for everybody, uncles, the whole crew, and it was just kind of a family thing, and we did it together. It was something that, that's just what we did. We didn't have cell phones, and we didn't watch a lot of TV. It was deer hunting, it was fishing, but it was just a family thing, and it got us outside, and it got us doing something together. What I enjoy most about the prep work, setting up, is just being outside. Most times during the prep, that's immediately following the Elite Series. During the Elite Series, we have a long season, a lot of travel, and it's just being at home, being up there, having a routine, working, and I'm kind of free again, I don't answer emails a lot. I mean, I'm just free. I can do what I want. I have my own schedule. I don't have a boss that I have to go in and sit behind a desk. So it's just being able to do what I want to do and then do it all over again. Now these bears, so I developed this wire system to keep the spouts up because they'll straighten it out. And of course I'm learning, bears around here are new. And so the wiring's sliding down, so I'm just taking these self taps and keeping it where they can't slide it down. Bear's ever changing. He's a 500-pound raccoon. He's gonna figure out. I'm sure when I put this in, they're gonna figure out a way to get around it. Fishing is year-round for me. I mean, 12 months out of the year I can go, and hunting is limited to 3 months, actually 2.5 really for me. And it's the anticipation of doing it, and it's knowing that if you don't go that morning just because the wind's blowing, or if you don't go that evening because you need to mow the grass, you only get so many mornings and evenings throughout the year. I let these weeds grow up in the summer because it shades it so it doesn't burn up as much. A lot of times, no offense to anybody else, I choose to go by myself. It's just it's my quiet time, driving to, sitting in the deer stand, and coming back. Just that peace, that quiet. And a lot of times I can't wait to get out of bed to get that. All kinds of things going on here. Shannon told me that she thought I'd gained a little weight, and she's right. You know, when I grew up, when I was introduced to hunting, you know, obviously one of the first things is carrying a rifle. And I rifle hunted for a lot of years, and then, you know, 15, 14, somewhere in there, you know, I got introduced to bow hunting. It just kind of stuck with me, you know. I still rifle hunted some throughout, you know, college a little bit, and then, you know, it got to a point, I think about age 30, I don't think I've carried a gun in the woods since then. There's just something different about bow hunting for me. Getting that deer a little bit closer. Another thing is in most states, you know, rifle season or black powder season is a week. Bow hunting is 3 months, and I want to be out there a lot. The combination of just trying to get that deer closer, you know, trying to sneak up on him, and then just being able to be in the woods, I think is the reason why bow hunting has been my passion. You know, what I like to do is I run 8 feeders. You know, my ratio is kind of 1 feeder per 100 acres. And I'm not gonna lie to you. Yeah, I hunt around the feeders some, but the feeders in general are just to kind of get an inventory of what lives there. And then places like this, you know, I'll try to catch them coming and going. A lot of times on those feeders, those deer will come in, you know, at night. So I just try to catch them coming and going. It's kind of like a fish. It's kind of like a bass. A quail is a quail. You're not going to kill a quail that's bigger. A turkey, yeah, his beard might be a little longer, but a whitetail, you can watch them, you know, and they can get really big. And same way with a fish, you know, I can hunt every day and not get the deer that I'm after. There can be a guy or a girl get up on a Saturday morning at 9 o'clock after eating breakfast, walk out there and harvest the deer that I'm wanting to take, or, you know, kill a deer that's bigger. There's a little bit of luck involved. And the same way with fishing. I chase big fish all the time. Somebody can go out sand bass fishing and catch a 12-pounder. This block here is a medicine block. You know, May and June, I'd get pictures of deer that just were ate up with ticks, and I feel like if they're ate up with ticks, they're probably stressed out. They're probably not going to grow as much as they would. So this is kind of an experiment, and I can't wait until, you know, I get in the woods and I get some of these deer around close. I can look with binoculars and see how many ticks they have, but it's supposed to, I mean, I have a friend that's using it, and he said it's keeping it off. So that's an experiment. And it's all, you know, every year we're doing something, but just trying something new. There he is, there's one. That's the one that I'm gonna try to get. That's actually the son of the one that I killed last year. I can tell by the way his horns, he has a lot of the same characteristics. That little kink in his horn, his eye guards and stuff. All of this work that I'm doing, hopefully in a month or 2, pays off. You know, the funnest part now, you know, back in the day, it was shooting the deer, obviously, and now it's not that. It's the fun part to me is doing this, running feeders, checking cameras, that kind of stuff. This is what's causing, you know, all of the havoc. And that's actually a small bear. That bear looks like he'll weigh 250, 300. They just, I mean, it's a 300-pound raccoon, and there's, I mean, I have tried everything. And, you know, by the evidence of this feeder, there's been one here soon. Of course, I haven't got the screws and stuff in it, but there, for some reason, there is a bear that's working this feeder, and he does not like anything to look good. He tears it down, he moves stuff. For whitetail with me, it's watching them grow. I have more fun now than actually harvesting the deer is the prep and the checking the trail cams and filling the feeders and doing all that stuff and watching them grow and trying to do things to make them get better. That's where I have the most fun now, is doing things and trying to get these deer just to their full potential and watching them grow up. I have deer up here that I've watched grow for 7, 8, 9, 10 years just through trail cams, and that's probably why I do what I do. This one's solid. Throughout all the years since I was running around up here, I was that tall. Every stand area has a name. Like, for instance, we used to have a stand right down there that was called Red Board because 35 years ago they put a red 2x4 in it. And this is called Red Board now. We have, you know, Red Board, Dirt Pile, I mean, Middle Ridge. Everything always has names, and it sticks. It sticks forever. And where the names come from, I mean, other than Red Board, it's just, you know, it's all based on a story. We have one called the Gut Pile Tree, and you probably know why it's called the Gut Pile Tree, because there was usually a gut pile at the bottom of that tree. This is one of the perks to being a part-time farmer. I think I'm those kind of guys that if I wasn't a fisherman, I'd be a carpenter or a painter, because I want to see an end result. And I think that's what excites me about coming up here, is when I start, it's all growed up, you know, trees in the path, and at the end, right before season starts, you know, everything, even though it's just woods, everything's like I want it to be. That's the hard part. Then the fun part is the hunting season, where you just come up here, you know, you can creep into a deer stand because the trail's cleared out. It's just, all of those make season a lot more enjoyable. You know, there's a lot of work that goes into, for me, some people don't put that work in, but for me, I enjoy it. There's a lot of work that goes into it. And after you get everything mowed, after you get everything planted, after you get everything cleared out, all the deer stand straps ready to go, you know, it's that feeling of being up there. I think most of all, it's just that feeling of being away, you know, away from everything, away from the cell phone, away from, you know, the phone calls, the distractions, and just sitting up there and just watching the leaves fall.